Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2018 Lakeside World Championships, and we continue with the first round matches here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside! Let's introduce firstly to the stage a BDO World Trophy and Lakeside World Championship quarter-finalist. It's Lithuania's Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas! We now introduce the winner of 20 BDO World Ranking titles, the 2015 Lakeside World Champion, Scotty Dog, Scott Shaw!
4, 3, 2, 1.
Over to our commentators then, Vasos Alexander, who's with Tony O'Shea, who was beaten, of course, by Scott Mitchell on Mitchell's way to that title in 2015. Boys.
Yeah, we've already been chatting about that. I think we'll probably leave that there, Tony, shall we?
I don't remember it at all.
So day one at the 2018 World Championship, bookended by two terrific matches. First up, McGeaney-Adams, that went all the way to a sudden death leg. And nobody's gone home, not when last on the agenda, last on the menu, the pudding, if you like, is Mitchell against Labanauskas. They met a few weeks ago. Mitchell came through, but that was the first to 4 legs. This is the first to 3 sets. Scott Mitchell, 47 years of age. He's the 4th seed, but the world number 2. 20 ranking titles to his name and the champion here 3 years ago. Darius Labanauskas is here for the 4th time after 2 first-round defeats. He reached the quarterfinals here last year. He has 16 ranking titles to his name, the Lithuanian, and he will not be a pushover, not by any stretch of the imagination. Scott Mitchell, we were chatting backstage, he knows he is going to be pushed all the way, and he welcomes that.
To be honest, I think Scott needs to be pushed. He's had a fantastic 3 years. He's climbed the rankings. He's been the world champion, but sometimes he goes to sleep. His opponent needs to push him, and that makes him dangerous if his opponent plays well. Going back to Darius, he's won so many ranking titles. Most of them are in Eastern Europe, though. If you look at his list of titles, the Lithuania, Latvia,
Thank you, ladies and
Estonia.
gentlemen. First up, first leg, it's Scotland 12 first, Demon.
It's Scott Mitchell, Slimline Scott, who will get us underway here in round 1. This is a first round proper, and they will next play on Wednesday. It's a nice few days if you can win.
It's quite a long break, to be honest. I mean, obviously we're on the first day of the tour, the championship. Saturday night, it's a long break. It's like 5 nights. It's easy to get plenty of practice in, but you want to be playing as often as possible. And it's strange, that's a long break. Probably won't bother Scott, to be honest. He doesn't like rushing anything, does he? A 5-day break's nothing to him.
He doesn't. But look at this. He's been practicing well and he's translated it straight up onto the stage, straight up onto the match board. 3rd visit, first 180. He's already had a ton 40. And after 9 darts, he's left 84.
177.
Not a bad reply from Labanauskas, but is it too little too late? Treble 14 leaves double 11, a single would have left the ball.
73. Values require 132.
Well, for all that good scoring, Darius now only wants 132. He needed treble 19 to do him a bullseye finish.
60.
And he's missed a big segment.
11.
So 3 for double 4 for Mitchell for the first leg of the match. Yes, there it is.
Them are the sort of finishes, Vassos, that actually win your matches and tournaments. It's nice taking out the big ton plus finishes, but them little ones, 3 double 4s and 3 double 6s, things like that, they're the ones that win you the big legs.
100.
We were talking before these two walked on stage, and we both mentioned the fact that Scott Mitchell just has presence about him these days. And that's something you couldn't really level at him when he first came to Lakeside, and he lost in the first and second round for the first 5 years he came, and then all of a sudden that change in belief, that visit to a sports psychiatrist, and now he just looks the part. And so much of darts is looking the part and believing you're the part.
It's between the ears most of the game, to be honest, and he's learnt to deal with that. I mean, again, we were talking, I noticed a distinct change at the Grand Slam in Wolverhampton. He just looked at home there, and he looked so calm and settled, and he looked awesome. And I think he's learnt a lot from that Lakeside win. Obviously, you're going to get confidence from being a world champion, but he's actually improved since then, I think.
We just saw a quick shot of the family of Mitchells. This is brother Ryan on the left, and Katie and Sharon. Well, 167 was a possible out, but needed to start with a treble 20.
It's a lovely setup, and what's 36 when he returns. Scott can't go out with 178. I mean, I know it's early to talk about averages, but Labanauskas at the moment is on a 111 average.
121.
And Scott's on 109.
Decent start to the match,
yeah,
mate.
let's hope this continues. Oh yes, how about that?
As we saw last year, he's run to the quarterfinals. He played some awesome darts last year, and again he's had a great season again.
140.
Ton 40 to start this leg. This is really good scoring from both players. As you say, it's still very early, but this is a flavour of what's to come. Don't go anywhere. Our first maximum from the Lithuanian nudges his average towards 120.
140.
Not even a blink of an eye after that.
Oh, very good darts at the treble 19. 2 ton 40s from Scott Mitchell, 180, 134 from Labanauskas. Doesn't get much better than this.
140.
That was scoring.
Well, if it stays that high throughout the match, then we are in for a treat.
81.
81 to hold this throw. Can be done in 2 darts. Double 12 he needs. Oh, how about that? An 11 dart leg from Scott Mitchell.
Well, all the matches today have been very nervous, but these two have come out firing on all cylinders. It's quite a sight. Scott really got his eye in there. That was about the 3rd time he's left one of the opening dart below the treble 20, and he's followed it straight in with the treble after it. Looked as if he should have changed, maybe gone downstairs. Looked like a blocking dart, but he just powered through it.
Straight back in.
100.
And again, unlucky, just bounced off the barrel and went below the wire, and that one went north. So 3 tons from Mitchell on 201. Labanauskas with 6 darts from 192 to hold his throw. Oh, how about that? How about that? His second. And the averages aren't going anywhere. Labanauskas 119 as he aims at that double 6 to level this first set. And what a first set it's turning into. There it is. They've both missed just 1 dart to the double. Checkout percentages at 67. And the averages 113 and 115. Sensational.
Ronnie Wright's gone to a last leg decider in this first set.
Well, if you're making a DVD of the best of Lakeside 2018, earmark this set for a prominent place on it.
Last dart after a lovely finish. Scott really needs to power in here. Big score.
45.
Which he's failed to do. And he's like Darrington, he doesn't really need to go for this. He might just set it up.
This is for the set against the darts. Another of those for bullseye. He's going to go for this, surely. A bullseye for a 170. Oh, unlucky. Must pressure the 25. Wants a ton 40 here and gets it.
40. That is required 25.
To nick the set. There's the single 9. And that is what you call a clean kill. Darius Labanauskas, averaging 113, wins the first set against the darts. He leads the 2015 champion Scott Mitchell by a set to 0. It's the first to 3, and what a set it was. Well played, Darius Labanauskas of Lithuania. A set to the goods.
Welcome back to Lakeside. A quick reminder of what has happened here so far on this opening day. In the preliminary round, Justin Thompson got the win over Chris Gilliland, a win as well in the Women's Championship for Dieter Hedman. Danny Noppert with a fine performance in his preliminary match with Joe Cheney, 3 sets to love. That was great darts, but it wasn't quite as good as what we've seen in this first set from Scott Mitchell and Darius Labanauskas. They've been outstanding. Darius in particular, Chris Mason.
Yeah, 113.27 for Darius. And Mitchell's just lost that set with throw with 107.3 for himself. I'm trying to scratch my brain to think when I've seen an opening set combined average that high. I mean, that is seriously world class.
Scotty Dog was right to say that he'd drawn the toughest opponent possible in this first round.
And he got it spot on, hasn't he? I mean, he's really put it on him. And if he continues in that vein, I mean, he's just going to play Mitchell off the stage. I mean, he's virtually unplayable. I mean, that average of Mitchell is right up there.
Absolutely. All right, well, it was a brilliant first set. Let's hope the second lives up to it. Back to Vassos and Tony.
Gosh, let's hope. And Tony, just repeat to me what you said as we were going to the commercial break.
Well, my first event here, I came watching Alan Evans in 1986, and I've been to quite a few since. I've never seen a set of darts that good, ever. I think one player has maybe had a better average than that. I think it was Les Wallace, one of the sets. Obviously, he won 3-0, but for 5 legs, where both players have played so strong together, I've never seen a set better than that.
Scott Mitchell, with a 107 average, lost a 5-leg set to an average of 113.27. Brilliant from both players. Reminder, it's the first to 3 sets through to the second round. And Labanauskas with the advantage because he won that first set against the darts. And look at this, with his Lithuanian coloured flags straight back in the red bit. Another maximum, a third for Labanauskas. Not a flicker of emotion across his face, but he must be loving this.
125, Darius 124.
You wouldn't put it past him, would you? Treble 18 for bullseye. Oh, he missed it by a distance.
78.
But not the treble 19. He set it up nicely.
I mean, he's not actually looking flustered, Scott, but considering what's been thrown against him, it's amazing how he's kept it together.
60. Darius 46.
Double 16 to take the first leg of the second set.
Second leg is Scotland's win first.
He's hitting his doubles as well, Darius. Missed a 6, but it didn't matter because he hit the double 6 with the next dart, and he missed a bullseye to take the set, but again it didn't matter, taking out the double 8. So 4 out of 6, but the 2 he's missed haven't hurt him. Look at this scoring.
97.
First signs of a bit of pressure there with Scott as well.
Well, you would feel pressure when your opponent's thrown like this, wouldn't you?
Relentless, mate. We've seen it before from Labanauskas, though. He's played certain legs, played awesome darts, and then goes off the boil, but he hasn't thrown one bag leg yet.
26.
We saw it in the first leg of the match when Scott Mitchell hit him with a ton 80 with his second visit. And Labanauskas hit straight back with a 177.
140.
Thinking, leaving the big 170 checkout. Nearly got it a couple of legs ago. Just missed the bullseye.
100. That is, you require 170.
Two triple 20s. There's one. There's the other. A bullseye for the daddy of them all. Not quite.
116.
20 for double 18, he's gone. And he's hit it. How about that? 116 from Mitchell.
Pressure darts there. He was in danger of being broken again there.
Against Darius to throw first. Keep on.
Them are the darts of a champion, though. Brilliant finish.
It's a very rare, loose visit from Labanauskas. Can Mitchell take advantage? Needs another one of those to stretch his legs and gets it. Oh, stare at the board. He's in no hurry. He'll be loving this, won't he, Tony? Scott Mitchell?
He loves a battle. I mean, it's there. Nothing will fluster him there. He's got his own little set routine. Gets the darts out of the board, takes a nice little wander around the stage. Not in any hurry.
The easy walk of a farmer.
58.
You don't often see that on the lakeside stage with thousands of pairs of eyes staring at you. Another terrific leg this from Mitchell. 2 140s to start it. Is that a third? No, not quite. But he still left himself a finish of 1-2-1 to break the Labanauskas throw for the first time all match.
40. Scott's require 121.
Treble 20 for double 18. We saw it in the last leg. A double 18 for a 1-2-1 for Mitchell.
85.
Well, he hasn't stayed quiet for long, has he, Labanauskas? But 2 18s for Mitchell. 2 9s needs this. This is for a breaker throw. 4 missed doubles from Scotty Dog. Single 20 for double 16. Nearly hit the double there. Double 16 for Labanauskas. No. Back to the double 9. Yes, there it is. And that's Mitchell's first breaker throw.
First sign of emotion there from Scott as well. That was a big leg.
He's got his pre-match rituals now, Scott Mitchell. He practices with his headphones on, in his zone, listening to music, chatting when he wants to. But he knows his way about the lakeside stage now, doesn't he?
I'm not actually 100% sure it's always music he listens to. Obviously, you mentioned a sports psychologist earlier on. I think he's got something downloaded on his phone that he listens to as well. So just like a confidence boosting recording.
Oh yes, oh yes. 5 of them and a 177 from Labanauskas in what, no more than a set and a half. But Mitchell in charge of this leg and 80 points away from levelling the match at 1 set apiece. Nothing Labanauskas can do from 176 in terms of taking out the leg, but that treble 17 will help set it up and put pressure on the 80 from Mitchell. 2 darts at double 10. Only needs the 1. And we're all square. Mitchell wins the second set. It's 1 apiece.
Respect to Scotty there. That first 6 legs of the match, that was an onslaught from Darius. He's stuck in there and he's coming back, and he's actually looking slightly the better player at the moment. He's done well to get through that.
So 9 legs of darts played, 2 sets, and look at those averages. Still, both of them well north of 100. Labanauskas 107, Mitchell nearly 103.
97.
Tremendous, really tremendous stuff. This is day 1 at the 2018 World Championships. This is round 1. And both of them finishing nicely enough. Oh yes, it's the scoring though, the scoring that's getting them on their feet. It's getting everyone applauding, it's getting us excited in the commentary box. 7 180s in this match already, with a promise of more to come. But Labanauskas, as you mentioned, Tony, he has just started to go off the boil. He had those extraordinary 7 legs when he didn't miss anything. But since then, the scores of 44 and 47 have started creeping in. Mitchell on a finish, and look where Labanauskas is. 200 points behind.
16. Scott's unicorn, 161.
That's what I was sort of alluding to. Scott doesn't panic anymore. Maybe a couple of years ago he'd have rushed into it, but he knew, he believed in his own ability. He's stuck in there, and it's paying off now.
123. Scott's unicorn, 38.
Will he take this double 19 out, or will he split it? No, no, split it, me? Forget it. They're all the same size.
Well, that's a show of confidence. He went straight for it. The old Scott would have probably gone 6 double 16.
100.
There's a definite belief in his own ability there.
140.
Another 140, and all of a sudden, for the first time, Scott Mitchell's average is better than the Lithuanians.
97.
If you're new to darts, just take it from us. Anything over 100 is excellent. Anything over 110, which we got in the first set, is ridiculous.
Which is why he didn't stay up there, to be honest. Awesome exhibition of darts, though. That first 2 sets were amazing.
Scott required 161.
So treble 20, treble 17, bull for Mitchell to move 2 legs ahead. 317s, there they are, bullseye for a 1-6, 1 for Mitchell. Oh, only just missed it.
That is required 68.
Single 13 for bull. He's hit the treble, so double 12.
56.
Needed that, you felt. Needed that. It's been 17 for double 4. Oh, opportunity for Labanauskas.
That required 12.
He's hit it before. Now right at the bottom of the board. And now he can't finish.
No score.
And is that it?
Scott required 2.
Is that where Scott Mitchell starts to stretch his legs and disappear off into the distance? This is for a 2-leg lead in the 3rd set.
And that's been scored in the second leg. Scott Mitchell. Third leg with Scott the 21st. Game on.
Used the marker dart to great effect. Three good darts for 64.
Well, the secret, once you get a break in a set, is to hold your own throw the next leg, and he's not done that yet, Scott.
But he's only been broken the once in the deciding leg of the 1st set.
$137.
Just to put these averages into some sort of context, the highest ever 1st round average, you can tell we've been delving into the stats books, is 102.63 by Dennis Priestley in 1993. And the highest ever at Lakeside was from Barney, Raymond van Barneveld, with 103.83 in 2004. Just to repeat, that 1st set average from Darius Labanauskas, it was 113.27. Mitchell lost the set, averaging 107. Treble 19 now would leave the bullseye for a 1-3-2, and the set, Scott Mitchell.
107. Darius required 32.
32 is double 16. That leaves double 8, a small adjustment.
Darius Labanauskas. Forward leg is Darius the 21st. Game on.
It's back in the groove now, Darius. And so is Scott.
140.
Trading ton 40s. can't take your eyes off this.
97.
Another ton 40 from Mitchell. I tell you what, it's 11:30 at night at Lakeside and not a soul is leaving.
52.
They've been here since this morning, many of them. A 161. He's had 2 cracks at this and missed it on the bullseye. This time the first treble 20 fails to find the target, but that's not a bad way to respond, leaving himself double 12. Went for 2 treble 19s to leave double top. Gathers.
46.
This is for the set.
24.
To move ahead. In set, Scott Mitchell, 2 12s.
No score. Darius require 108.
Few missed doubles now from Scott Mitchell. Treble 17 now leaves bullseye. A bull from Labanauskas to level this set.
Scott require 24.
Back to the double 12. And Mitchell. Surely now. He's missed
12.
Don't go much closer with that second dart.
7 darts he's missed for this set. Labanauskas to take advantage. No, he's having trouble as well.
Probably didn't expect to come back for this one. But for the set, double 6. Again, couldn't have got much closer.
Oh, double 1 he's left. He's hit it once. Oh yes, there it is. There is the sets. It will have hurt the averages, but he won't care. This is a right old battle, and Scott Mitchell is a set away from beating an inspired Darius Labanauskas. Finally wrapped up the set at the 10th time of asking.
16.
So missed 14 darts at a double in that set, Scott Mitchell. But 3 legs will do it now. Still, he's in no hurry. Tony, when your opponent is throwing the sort of darts that Darius Labanauskas was for the first 7 or 8 legs of this match, can you just play your own game?
Well, that's plan A, but obviously he was that good. But again, I think that's the way Scott is now. Nothing sort of worries him, and he's got that inner strength and that confidence that no matter what they throw at him, he'll just carry on doing what he does at his pace, and it's got him there again.
120. 91.
Until you're on the receiving end of 6 or 7 legs like that, you're not 100% sure how you're going to deal with it, to be honest.
Is it a case of seeing matches like this as opportunities rather than threats?
Since he's been world champion, he relishes games like this. I mean, I mentioned the Grand Slam, and he played awesome there, but obviously nothing worries him these days, and that's probably the confidence of being a former champion.
And he wore the title really well, didn't he?
That World Trophy that year, that's a nice finish. That trophy went around the country with Scott that year. He was a fantastic champion.
Double 16 for Labanauskas as he edges ahead in this 4th set. He won't be giving up yet. Far from it.
$100.
140, 100 from Labanauskas. Mitchell decided to start with the 19s. That didn't work out, so back up.
99.
It's left to finish.
There's that 170 again.
Well, Mitchell has had a couple of looks at 161
57.
and just missed the bull. Labanauskas has had a couple of looks at 170 and missed the bull. Mitchell's turn for the big one. No.
$60. Scott's going to go over from the 9-10.
To level the set, to hold his throw. Just needs the 1 treble. There it is. Single 10, he's gone for double top. Yes!
Scott Mitchell. Third leg is Darius the 21st.
2 legs away now. Scotty Dog, a really popular player here. You see them in Scotty Dog baseball caps and all the pink merchandise. Mitchell edging towards the finishing line as Labanauskas got another burst of magic darts in him.
140.
There's Ryan, Scott's brother. Hello. Hello! Labanauskas with the throw, but Mitchell throwing 140, 180.
100.
Now a ton to leave himself 81 when he comes back to move a leg away. She's had the best seat in the house all day. Cleopatra.
94.
There she is.
81.
She's watched every single dart. This double 12 will move Scott a leg away if he can hit it. Now the double 6, yes!
Scott Mitchell.
He has the darts. He has the match in his grasp.
Fourth leg is Scott first. Game on.
"12 more darts will do it." That last leg was a 12-darter.
45.
But, as so often, the last leg is the hardest to win. He talks about Cleopatra being here all day. That Wolfie fan, that guy, we talked to him just before Martin Adams took to the hockey at 1 p.m. and he was telling us how hot he was.
100.
10.5 hours later, he's still in there.
140.
Ryan on the left, Katie and Sharon on the right, hoping that this is the final leg of the match, but it's not going the way of Scott Mitchell so far. Labanauskas showing there's fight left in him. 125, 140, 140, 96 left. Mitchell way back on 273. Needs another treble. Doesn't get it, so Labanauskas with 6 darts if he wants them from 96 to level this fourth set at 2 apiece, and then he would have the darts, 2 18s. Does just that for Labanauskas. Key moments here. Tremendous match.
Quality game of darts, mate, but he's done it again, Scott, there. He got the break and just didn't back it up with his own leg.
And look at this from Labanauskas. The match almost deserves a deciding set, to be honest. Scott will hope it doesn't get one.
60.
Oh, his scoring's just deserted him with a finishing line in sight. Oh, he's back in the groove now. Couple of decent legs, and that average, which was as low as 95 a couple of legs ago, is now north of 100 again. And by the way, a 97 average, which is Scott Mitchell's current average, is fantastic.
140.
Labanauskas having another one of those purple patches of his.
And it coincides with the cooling down from Scotty.
Is it causing the cooling down?
140. That is 87.
For another 12-dart leg. Treble 17, double 18. Oh, he's missed it, so treble 18 for double 12. This is for the set to take us all the way. Oh, he didn't miss it by far. Only 60.
That is you require 24.
So, Labanauskas for the set. Double 12. There it is. Would you believe it? There's life in this match yet. Darius Labanauskas, who threw some of the best darts we've ever seen on the Lakeside stage to win the first set, has hit back and found form when he needed it most to level this first round match at 2 sets apiece. We are going all the way, folks. We're into a deciding set.
Welcome back, everyone, to Lakeside. If you're just joining us, you're making a wise decision. This is what's happened so far. Justin Thompson's booked his place in the men's first round. Dieter Hedman's through to the women's quarter-finals. Danny Noppert's into the first round as well after his victory over Joe Cheney. But we are witnessing a Lakeside classic between Scott Mitchell, the 2015 winner, Scotty Dog, and Darius Labanauskas, who was knocked out in the quarter-finals last year here at Lakeside. Has responded this time around with something quite extraordinary. Chris Mason.
Yeah, I've never seen him play at this level, and for this, you know, sustaining this level for, you know, now into the fifth set, he's averaging literally just a smidge under 100. Scott Mitchell's 90, well, way over 96. But it's a serious game of darts. This one will go in the vault, you know, with all the other classics that have taken part. Those stats are good enough to grace any stage in any organisation.
Well, Scott Mitchell losing the first set with an average that would have won him any other match this evening. 107
average, and he lost the set. But that just shows you how well he must have played to get back in the match. Darius' game has dipped because it had no choice. He was around 113.
All right, Chris, this is what Scotty didn't want. It's a final set. He has got a terrific record in these. I think he's been to 7 of them at Lakeside, but he's won through in 6 of them.
Yeah, he's got a good record. They don't hold no fear to him. Since he's went and had this hypnotherapy and he listens to all these hypnotherapy tapes, he seems to be able to zone himself out and focus on what's at hand. And he has to average around 100 in this last set for me to win it.
All right, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a shame to lose either of these brilliant players. Let's rejoin our commentators, Vassos and Tony.
So into a deciding set we go.
Fifth and full set, first leg, it's Scottish Road first, game on.
First to 3 legs, but from 2-all, you have to win by 2 clear legs. If it gets to 2 apiece, then we're into a tie-break.
100.
This is the sort of fare we've been enjoying so far tonight here at Lakeside. Averages of near on 100 from both players. 97 from Mitchell, 100 just north of from Labanauskas. 8 180s. 31 scores of 140 plus. A couple of those have been 177s. And already 50 scores, make that 51 scores of 100 or more. 3 of them in this first leg of the decider. It's just been brilliant.
96.
I don't know how everyone's going to get home because you've missed the last train to London, everybody. So you may as well stay. 12 minutes to midnight.
49.
And you never know, the day started with a sudden death leg. Mark McGuinness, the world #1, beating the 3-time champion Martin Adams 6-5 in the deciding set. You just never know. Are we going all the way again?
I think there's still plenty left in this game. As we were just saying there, it's such a shame we're going to lose one of these great players so early in the tournament.
Hasn't managed to leave a finish, Scott Mitchell. Labanauskas will.
137.
Well, we're just wondering if he's a bit cross about something, Scott Mitchell. We're investigating.
140. That is required 150.
56 is left, but 115. Labanauskas with a chance to break the throw. Still can do it. Treble 20 for double 18. For a 115 and a breaker throw at the start of this deciding set. Not far away, but just the wrong side of the wire.
If he was angry, that 140 paid him back. 16 leaves him tops.
Yeah, that's been shown in the first line. Scott Mitchell.
Sighs of relief
Game on.
from the Mitchell family, up from Christchurch in Dorset.
100.
Lovely part of the world.
At the end of the day, though, it was just a hold of throw.
Oh yes, oh yes indeed, Scotty Dog. He's got that swagger, hasn't he? Let's nick the darts. A 140 here would really hurt Labanauskas. And he finds it. 181 left after 2 visits.
Great replay again, though.
.81 is left, Mitchell, to move to within a leg of victory.
81. Scotty by 81.
Treble 19 for double 12. Double 6, it's not been his friend, the double 12 tonight, but the double 6 has bailed him out of trouble on more than one occasion. A 12-dart leg from Scott Mitchell. He's one away.
And a massive breaker throw there.
Third leg, it's Scotland first, Guimond.
Several times, though, he's been guilty of getting the break and then not kicking off with the big scores. Maybe he's just about to put that right.
100.
Only 100. Steady start.
You'd have expected more after that perfect first start, though.
Labanauskas fighting for his life. Once again, came back from 2-1 down in the last set to nick it 3-2. But Mitchell's finding that treble 20 now. Oh yes, he wants this done and dusted. His tail's wagging now, the Scotty Dog.
There's never a bad time to get a 180. But when you're 2 sets,
82.
2 legs up in the last set of the decider, that's the perfect time.
2-2-1 away, Scott Mitchell. What a match this has been. A real feast of scoring. And there's another big score to leave him 81 away. Just took out 81 in the last leg. You wouldn't put it past him doing it again. And an 11-darter to wrap up this match would be fitting.
96. Scotland 81.
It would be his best leg of the match as well.
2 12s for Scott Mitchell for an 11-dart leg. That is how you do it. Scotty Dog, oh, he's off, he's running, he's celebrating. What a match. A 99 average. Is he coming back on the stage? Not sure if he is. Scott Mitchell, he's through to round 2. Darius Labanauskas doesn't know what's going on. He played brilliantly. He lost with an average of 99. What a match. Labanauskas with some of the best darts ever seen on that stage for the first set and a half, and Mitchell found a way to win, and that's what he does these days. Mitchell's through.